Here we go.
Yay.
Yay. All right, let's see. So, I will talk about my husband and then four animals. Okay, so my husband. So we are probably on he and I on the patches, probably the start of week 7 at this point. So by week 3, he was sleeping through the night, which was a huge improvement. And he began to dream. And I've known Brandon for 10 years, and he's never been a dreamer. So the fact he was coming to me almost every other morning and say, I had this dream, I had this dream. And I pointed out to him, oh my God, you're dreaming. He's like, yeah, I am. So that was pretty cool. Let's see how to write it down. So he's got more mental clarity, definitely. And he and I are both noticing increased nail growth. So that's pretty neat. And then let's see. So at the 5 week mark of being on the patches, he and I noticed at the same time that our thirst for water had returned. So prior to the patches, I was talking with you, Dr. Kayla. So I had learned some new information that apparently thirst can actually go away if you're a chronically dehydrated individual. And so, we are purposely drinking in more water in order to allow the patches to best support us. And so our natural thirst, where we didn't really have to think about drinking water, really kicked in at that 5 week mark. And that to me, I don't know, it's just so cool, honestly. So that's him. So as far as our animals go, I'm patching 7 senior animals. 6 of those 7 have really made some beautiful shifts, but I'm just going to talk about 4 of them, the 4 most exciting. So the first one, you guys have heard before, my dog Yoshi. So he's between the ages of 14, 17 years old, and he is a blind dog. So he relies on his sense of hearing in order to really navigate his world. And a few months ago, he had started to lose most of his hearing. So he was down to maybe 10 to 20% hearing. And then we brought in the patches, and his hearing has returned. He is a much happier camper, able to navigate his world a lot more confidently, which has made life easier for him, certainly, as well as for us. So that's great. And then if I talk about my other dogs, so we have an 18-year-old terrier mix named Tater Tot. So Tater has a habit of wandering around the house throughout the day. He does sleep at night, thankfully. And he would wander aimlessly with kind of a vacant look in his eye. And, when I would sense his mind, it basically was happening in slow motion kind of mode. It's not that he had dementia, but it was very slow in his thinkability or his processing. So about 3 weeks of having the patches placed upon him, it's like the lights are all on upstairs now, and he's a lot more cognitively present and with it. And even the posture of his neck has changed. And now we can pet him without him cringing. And I say that because the supplements we had him on, the natural pain control, the pharmaceutical pain control, none of that touched him in the way that these patches have. These patches are like up here, and the supplements have helped, and his chiropractic work has helped very much too. But it's the patches take the cake. That's really exciting. And he's got cataracts. He was diagnosed with that by the vet 3 years ago. And now he's got better vision. And I know this because he can track and follow with his eyes throughout the house now, which is really, really cool. So it's like he's alive again as he wanders the house and present. So that's the 2 dogs. I want to talk about 2 cats. So you guys heard in the past about my cat Zoey. So my 10-year-old cat, we've owned her since she was 5 years old, and she's never been able to jump up on really high places. She could do from the floor to the bed, the floor to a chair, but nothing really any higher than that. And then the patches again came into her life as well. And about for her, the magic number was at the end of 3 weeks as well. And she started jumping really high places. And she surprised me one day by jumping up on the bathroom counter where the sink is. And I was like, it was amazing because you have to understand from the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 till that day, she had just not been able to do that. So that's pretty cool. And then let's see, my 18-year-old cat Lyra. So Lyra was diagnosed at the age of 4 years old with arthritis in her elbows. She had licked both her elbows raw. The veterinary X-ray, determined that, and the vet said probably due to genetics. So anyway, fast forward to the age of 18, these last 4 years, she's been pretty much living up here in my office, simply because it's been hard for her to navigate up and down the stairs in spite of gabapentin, in spite of these other, things that I've tried over the years with her. And, these patches, she is moving throughout the house everywhere. She is up and down the stairs like nobody's business. The limp that she had due to arthritis these last 4 years has totally gone away. There's no limp. She has the strength now to use the pet stairs to get on the couch, and then from the top cushion of the couch where I sit, she can jump to the back of the couch and lay behind me and hang out, which she likes to do when I watch TV. So she is engaging more. She is okay. So Lyra is a cat who very much knows herself, and she can be a kind of a feisty personality individual. But her level of becoming angry quickly has really she's softened, and that's because she feels better in her body. So I mean, for her, just her, I mean, honestly, it's wonderful for all the animals, but for her alone, to see her have her life back and not just see her laying in her bed all the time, it really touches my heart. So I'm very grateful. And the two animals I'm not going to mention today, they've improved as well, mostly in mobility wise. And that seventh animal, we're still holding space for, that things will shift for her when the time is right.
Yes, absolutely are. Thank you so much for sharing.